Hello and welcome! Today I want to show you guys how I approach an oil painting. I've been getting that question a lot lately, so I decided to show you guys in a short video. Step 1 is to prepare your room. Today I'm only opening my blinds. I rarely ever open my blinds. I'm very much a hermit, so I like it dark, but it's not very aesthetically pleasing to film with, which is why I'm opening them today. Step 2 is to grab your supplies. I have everything in this briefcase with the name Rembrandt on it. I chose it because it's also the name of the brand of oil paints I use, which I'll also be using today. What I'll be using today are, of course, my oil paints, a roll of thick marking tape, odorless white spirit, a roll of toilet paper, and an old rag. And my beautiful palette, which is just a glass picture frame, and I was too lazy to remove the stock photo, so I have the New York skyline to look at while painting. Step 3 is cleaning my palette. I've always preferred to clean my palette before I start an oil painting, because once I'm done painting I just want to, be done. To clean my palette, I use a palette knife to scoop up some of the excess paint and transfer it to a piece of paper. Once all the paint is scooped up, I go in with one of those wallpaper scrape thingies to get all of the hard paint off my palette. I used to do this with the palette knife as well, but I found this scraper thing in my mom's pantry and it works way better. For today's painting, I will be doing a small portrait study, so I'm using a 24 by 30 centimeter canvas board. I sometimes prime my canvas with gesso, but I forgot, so no gesso today. Since I'm working on my desk instead of on my easel, I want to tape the edges to make sure that my desk doesn't get too dirty. It also gives a very nice border, which in my opinion looks kind of cute. And of course, one of the best things about taping your edges is the satisfaction you get after pulling it off at the end. Or at least I hope it's gonna be satisfying. And if it's not satisfying, then this whole video is ruined. Step 4 is to premix some colors. This is definitely one of my most favorite steps. I used to try and premix all of my colors, but lately I prefer to mix just some colors. What I go for is first of all try to mix a medium skin tone which matches the overall image. Then I look for the darkest tones and the highlights. For my skin tones today, I'll be using a mix of titanium white, burnt sienna, burnt umber, ultramarine blue, and permanent yellow medium. Also, after trying it out for yourself, you might find other colors that better fit your color palette, but this is what works for me. Depending on the image you're working from, the skin might have a big range of colors. Today I'm painting an old man. They tend to have more red and purple spots, so I mix some red colors and some purple colors as well. Once I think I've gotten most of the basic colors, I start painting and mix along the way. Step 5, the underpainting. I like to start almost every painting with a burnt sienna imprimatura, which is basically a fancy way of saying a thin layer of oil paint. For this layer, I mix some oil paint with the white spirit. Afterwards, I wipe off most of the excess paint with some toilet paper. Now it's time to make the underpainting. For this, I like to use burnt umber with some white spirit. Basically, what I'm doing is sketching in the shapes and the shadows in the face to give me some guidelines that I can work from when I want to add the actual colors. Some people like to spend more time on this to get it as detailed as possible, but I stop once I think it's enough for me to work with. Step 6, the actual painting. Once I think my underpainting is good enough, it's time to add the colors. I like by starting from the eyes. I don't know why, I just do. When I'm at a very early stage in a painting, I try to block out all of the colors and try to apply the fat over lean method. The fat over lean method means starting with a thin layer of paint and painting thicker once you reach the end stages. And of course, step 7, have fun. We're painting. This is supposed to be something you do for fun. For me, it's something I do for fun, definitely, even though I want to improve every time I paint a new painting. But it's all about having fun, so I hope you incorporate that into your next painting. For this study, my main goal was just to practice painting again. I haven't really been painting that much recently, so this was also the first video I ever took of me painting, which was really fun to do. I had a great time. I'm actually really happy with the result. I like the fact that I added a bit more detail in comparison to like the jacket and the clothes. I do that very often. Like, I find painting clothes as one of the most tedious things to do. I don't think it's very fun, so I just keep them very loose but try to add like more detail to the eyes, which hopefully makes them pop more. Apart from that, I'm very happy with the end results. I like the color palettes, and it was a very successful little study, so to say. Oh, and one of the most unsatisfying or I don't know how to say that, but this peeling off the tape is not as satisfying as I hoped it would be, so please accept my apologies for that. But yeah, this was my study. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you maybe learned something from this video. If you liked it, please leave a like. Maybe even subscribe if you want to. I don't know. It's up to you. I'm not forcing you, but then again, I'm kind of forcing you, but not really, so do what you want. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.